There is a biological signature that is written on the face of every creature on this planet. It is a code that determines your destiny before you even take your first breath. It determines whether you are born to lead or born to follow. It determines whether you are born to eat or born to be eaten. It is the placement of the eyes. Look at the prey animals. Look at the sheep, the deer, the cow, the rabbit. Where are their eyes? They are on the sides of their head. Why? So they can see everything at once. They have panoramic vision. They are constantly scanning the horizon for threats. Their entire nervous system is designed for defense. They are wired to detect movement, to sense danger, and to run away. They live in a state of perpetual paranoia. They are always asking, is it safe? Is someone watching me? Am I about to die? Now look at the predators. Look at the lion, the wolf, the eagle, the shark. Where are their eyes? They are on the front of their head. Why? So they can focus on one thing. They have binocular vision. They have depth perception. They lock onto a target, and everything else in the world disappears. They are not scanning for threats. They are the threat. Their nervous system is designed for offense. They live in a state of singularity. They are not asking if it is safe. They are asking, can I catch it? Most human beings, despite having the physical eyes of a predator, have adopted the psychology of the prey. You live your life with eyes on the side of your head. You are constantly scanning the social horizon for threats. What do they think of me? Am I fitting in? Is it safe to speak up? Will I get canceled? Did I make a mistake? You are grazing. You are wandering through life, chewing on the grass of mediocrity, hoping that if you stay in the middle of the herd, you won't get picked off. But the world is not a safe pasture. The world is a jungle. And in a jungle, if you act like prey, you will be eaten. You are being eaten right now. You are being eaten by corporations that harvest your attention. You are being eaten by bosses who exploit your agreeableness. You are being eaten by a system that demands your compliance in exchange for a false sense of safety. It is time to rotate your eyes to the front. It is time to stop scanning for danger and start locking onto targets. It is time to adopt the predator mindset. Today, we are going to perform surgery on your worldview. We are going to dismantle the prey software that was installed in you by the school system and society. We are going to explore the morality of the hunt. We are going to look at why asking for permission is a death sentence. And we are going to teach you the tactical protocols of the hunter, how to stalk your goals, how to close the distance, and how to kill the hesitation that keeps you starving. You are about to learn that you were not born to graze. You were born to hunt. If you are ready to leave the herd and become the wolf, then you are in the right place. Subscribe to the channel right now. The hunt begins. Let's eat. The domestication of the human animal. How did we get here? How did the apex predator of the planet, the human being, become so terrified, so passive, and so docile? The answer is domestication. Civilization is essentially a human farm. For a society to function smoothly, it needs sheep. It needs workers who follow rules, pay taxes, stand in line, and don't ask questions. It does not need wolves. Wolves are hard to manage. Wolves are dangerous. Wolves start revolutions. So, from the moment you are born, the system begins the process of declawing you. School is the primary training ground for prey. Think about it. You are told to sit still. Prey sits still to avoid detection. You are told to ask for permission to speak. Prey does not have a voice. You are told to ask for permission to use the bathroom. Prey has no bodily autonomy. You are graded on how well you repeat what you are told. Prey does not think, it mimics. You are punished for aggression, for energy, for disagreement. By the time you are 18, you have been conditioned to believe that your survival depends on compliance. You believe that there is an authority outside of yourself that holds the power of life and death. You look for the teacher. You look for the boss. You look for the government. You are constantly looking for someone to tell you where the grass is. This creates the external locus of control. The prey believes that life happens to them. The economy is bad. My boss is mean. The dating market is tough. They are victims of circumstance. They are reactive. When the wind blows, the grass moves, and the sheep move with it. The predator has an internal locus of control. The predator believes that life happens by them. The economy is bad? I will find a new kill. The boss is mean? I will become the boss. The market is tough? I will outcompete them. They are proactive. They do not wait for the wind. They are the wind. You have to realize that your good boy or good girl programming is not morality. It is a leash. It was designed to make you easy to govern, easy to employ, and easy to sell to. It was designed to make you a battery for the matrix. To become a predator, you must unplug. You must realize that the fence around the farm is not there to protect you from the wolves. It is there to keep you in so you can be sheared. The permission trap. We put things clearly in the truth. The friends is what means that is told you as further plan for be special. The purpose of skills with adjust a program. The predator that has internal locus of control, but it is not permission to, in a smoothment. So, it needs to be this, the internal locus of control. The predator has not repeat through the good plan to the permission trap. The predator has created them to be sheared. The next relationship, it is well. The predator has become more and given another world before themselves. The permission trap is not committed in adjust a program. The predator has been a big fank through the permission trap. It must develop to it. The permission trap is a permission trap. The predator has changed the permission trap. The predator has convicted from the permission trap is a numer. The hallmark of the prey mindset is the permission loop. Before taking any action, the prey asks, "Am I allowed to do this?" They look for a manual. They look for a precedent. They look for approval. Can I start a business? Do I have the degree? Can I approach that girl? Is it socially acceptable? Can I wear this outfit? Is it trendy? Can I charge this much money? What are others charging? They are terrified of stepping out of line, because in the herd, if you step out of line, you are exposed. You are vulnerable. So they wait. They wait for the green light. They wait to be chosen. They wait for the promotion. They wait for the invitation. They wait for the validation. The predator never asks for permission. The predator operates on the assumption of authority. The lion does not ask the gazelle for permission to eat. The eagle does not ask the sky for permission to fly. They simply act. In the human world, this translates to initiative. The predator sees what he wants, and he moves toward it. He does not wait for the job opening. He pitches the CEO directly. He does not wait for the perfect moment. He creates the moment. He does not wait to be qualified. He qualifies himself through execution. You must understand that in the real world, outside of school, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to give you permission. There is no principal's office. There is no grade book. There is only the market. The market rewards those who take. It ignores those who wait. If you are waiting for someone to tap you on the shoulder and say, "You are ready," you will wait until you die. You have to tap yourself on the shoulder. You have to give yourself the green light. You have to realize that rules are mostly suggestions for the sheep. The wolves navigate the terrain, not the rules. The singularity of focus. Let's go back to the eyes. Binocular vision. The predator has the ability to focus. Most people today have shattered vision. They are looking at 50 things at once. They want to be rich and fit and popular and traveled and relaxed. They are chasing 10 rabbits at the same time, and the hunter who chases 2 rabbits catches none. The predator picks one target. I want that gazelle. Not a gazelle, that gazelle, the one limping slightly on the left leg. He locks on. His pupils dilate, his muscles tense. The rest of the world fades to black. He does not care about the birds singing. He does not care about the weather. He does not care about the other lions. He cares about the distance between him and the target, and how to close it. This is obsession, video number 17. This is the killer instinct. To be a predator in business, in art, or in life, you must be willing to narrow your vision. You must be willing to ignore the noise. But what about crypto? Ignore. What about AI? Ignore. What about the news? Ignore. I am building a landscaping business. That is my gazelle. I do not care about anything else until I catch it. This focus is terrifying to the prey. The prey thinks, but you're missing out on everything else. The predator knows that everything else is a distraction. Success is a game of depth, not breadth. The shark is the master of the ocean because he does one thing perfectly. He hunts. He doesn't try to fly. He doesn't try to climb trees. He hunts. Identify your target, lock on, and do not break eye contact until it is yours. The morality of the hunt. Now, the objection arises. But isn't this evil? Isn't this selfish? I don't want to hurt people. This is the prey morality speaking. Nietzsche called this slave morality. The weak convince themselves that their weakness is a virtue. I am not a predator because I am good. No, you are not a predator because you are weak. There is a difference between being a predator and being a parasite. A parasite drains value without giving anything back. The thief, the scammer, the leech. A predator, in the context of human excellence, captures value. But in the human economy, you usually capture value by creating value. Steve Jobs was a predator. He hunted perfection. He devoured his competition. He was ruthless. But he gave us the iPhone. He moved humanity forward. Michael Jordan was a predator. He destroyed the dreams of every other player in the NBA. But he gave us greatness. He inspired millions. The act of hunting is simply the act of aggressive creation. It is the act of imposing your will upon chaos to create order. It is the act of seizing resources to build something better. If you are too afraid to hunt, if you are too afraid to sell, to close, to win, you cannot help anyone. You cannot feed your family with good intentions. You feed them with the kill. You must make peace with your aggression. Aggression is not violence. Aggression is energy. The word comes from the Latin ad gradior, which means to step toward. To be aggressive is to step toward your problems, to step toward your goals. Passivity is to step away. Do not be passive. Be aggressive. Step toward life. The silence of the stalk. How does the predator hunt? Does he run into the field screaming, "Hey everyone, look at me! I'm going to catch a gazelle"? The predator hunts in silence. The stalk is the most critical phase of the hunt. You must learn to move without noise. When you are working on a big project, do not post about it. When you are planning to quit your job, do not tell your coworkers. When you are training for a competition, do not brag. Silence creates a tactical advantage. It keeps the prey, the goal, calm. It keeps the competition unaware. If you broadcast your intentions, the world puts up defenses. The market adjusts. The haters sabotage. The energy leaks. Be the submarine deep underwater. Run silent. Run deep. The only sound should be the impact of the torpedo. By the time they see you, it should be too late to stop you. The suddenness of your success is what creates the shock and awe. Where did he come from? He came from the dark. He came from the silence. The willingness to kill, metaphorically. Finally, there is the moment of the kill. This is where most people choke. They do the work. They build the product. They get the girl's number. They get the meeting. And then they hesitate. They don't close. They don't ask for the sale. They don't go for the kiss. They don't launch. Why? Because they are afraid of the finality. They are afraid of imposing. They are afraid of rejection. They want the gazelle to surrender voluntarily. But the gazelle never surrenders. You have to take it. The killer instinct is the ability to pull the trigger when the target is in the crosshairs. It is the ability to overcome the social friction of the ask. The price is $10,000. Are we doing this? That moment of tension, that silence after the price is named, is the kill zone. The prey fills the silence with apologies. I mean, we can negotiate. The predator holds the silence. He waits. He lets the pressure build until the other person breaks. You must develop the stomach for the kill. You must be willing to be the bad guy in the moment of closing. You must be willing to take the money, take the credit, take the win. Not because you are greedy, but because you did the work of the stalk. You earned the kill. If you don't take it, the hyenas will, and the hyenas don't deserve it. Tactical protocols, switching modes. How do you switch your operating system? How do you go from sheep to wolf? Here are the tactical protocols for the predator mindset. Protocol 1, the eye contact drill. This is the simplest, most primal way to retrain your brain. When you walk down the street, do not look down when you pass someone. Do not look away. Look at their eyes. Not a creepy stare, just a calm, firm acknowledgement. Hold it until they look away. 99% of people will look away. They are prey. By holding the gaze, you are signaling to your own amygdala, I am safe. I am the dominant entity in this interaction. It rewires your status perception. Protocol 2, the front of the room rule. Prey animals hide in the middle or back of the herd. Predators lead from the front. When you go to a seminar, sit in the front row. When you go to a gym class, stand in the front. When you are in a meeting, sit next to the boss, not in the back corner. Occupy the high-status territory physically. This forces you to be seen. It forces you to accept the pressure of attention. It kills the urge to hide. Protocol 3, the Zero Apology Week. For 7 days, ban the word sorry from your vocabulary unless you actually hurt someone physically. Do not say sorry for taking up space. Do not say sorry for interrupting. Do not say sorry for asking a question. Do not say sorry for being late. Say, thank you for waiting. Apologies are submission signals. Stop submitting. Replace sorry with excuse me or silence. Protocol 4, the Hunter's Journal. Every morning, write down one target. Today, I catch the target. It could be finish the report, close the client, run 5 miles. Visualize it as a physical hunt. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I stalking the target or am I grazing? Am I scrolling Instagram, grazing, or am I writing the email, stalking? If you are grazing, snap yourself out of it. Get back on the trail. End the day by asking, Did I eat? Protocol 5. Physical combat again. There is no better way to learn the predator mindset than martial arts. Jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling. When you spar, you learn to look for openings. You learn to capitalize on weakness. You learn that hesitation gets you choked out. You learn that aggression, controlled, wins. You cannot learn this from a book. You must feel it in your body. The mats don't lie. The solitude of the apex. Be warned, the predator is often alone. Prey animals flock together for safety. They need the herd to feel okay. The apex predator hunts alone, or in a very small pack. When you adopt this mindset, you will lose your connection to the sheep. You will find their conversations boring. You will find their fears irrational. You will stop fitting in. This is the price of the summit. Eagles do not fly in flocks. They fly one by one. But the view from the height is worth the solitude, and the meat you eat is fresh, not the scraps left over by others. The transformation. It is time to make a choice. Look in the mirror. Where are your eyes? Are they scanning for permission? Or are they locked on a vision? The world is not going to give you what you want. The world is going to give you what you take. Stop waiting for the gate to open. Jump the fence. Stop asking, is it safe? Start asking, is it worth it? Stop being the sheep that worries about the wolf. Become the wolf that the sheep worry about. I want you to make a decision today. Identify one area of your life where you have been acting like prey. Where have you been waiting for permission? Is it your career? Your dating life? Your health? Decide today. The waiting is over. The hunt begins. And I want to ask you a question in the comments, one that will sharpen your claws. What is the target you are hunting right now? And what is the excuse you have been using to avoid pulling the trigger? Name the target, name the excuse, and kill the excuse. Welcome to the void. Welcome to strategic solitude.